So I thought I made this video a long time ago, and yeah, so when I got this comment saying like, hey, where is the Teenage Warhead gameplay, I was like, dude, it already happened. And to my surprise, it actually hasn't happened yet, so here is the debut of X-Men Fire and Ice. Now, I'm excited for this series because I think that the X-Men is such a cool cast of characters, and Teenage Warhead is just such a good character as well. Like, she is really strong when it comes to just shutting down the skill class completely. And I know what you're thinking, well, how does she shut down the skill class? Well, I can't answer it in this fight because it's already done, and that was like, what, 38 seconds, but I can answer it here. So, Teenage Warhead, to start things off, has all non-contact hits. So she will never take Thorns damage from like Korg or from Atuma, for example. Additionally, she has passive everything. She has passive Incinerates that bypass Purify, and she has a passive Stun as well that bypasses Purify. So like Atuma here can be freely parried, and it is a very long stun as well. So yeah, you can do like a lot of hits during that stun, which is just really nice. And additionally, she is an Incinerate DPS, and like, there's only one Incinerate immune skill character, so yeah, she just counters pretty much all of them. And here we go for the SP1, and the fight is over. This was a rank 3 Atuma in about 40 something seconds, so yeah, not too shabby in the slightest. Now we have this rank 3 Korg, and yeah, Korg has negative energy res, so like having Incinerates as her main DPS, it's really nice. And also, yeah, like I said, no Thorns damage, and we also have that passive stun as well. So he cannot purify, he cannot gain rock stacks, he would just melt, but not like quickly necessarily, because one of her drawbacks is her DPS isn't like the strongest out there. I think it's fine enough given like how strong her utility is, but in general, it's not going to be like super flashy versus non-skill characters especially, but versus these skill matchups, versus these equal rank matchups, it's honestly not too shabby for sure. So yeah, here we go for the SP1, and that refreshes all the Incinerates. The Incinerates are just so practical to keep up, and yeah, like, she's just a really smooth character to play. Like, she has solid damage in these skill matchups, she has a very easy rotation, and it's just so hard to mess up with this champion because she like ensures that she will just hard counter anything that any skill character has. And that right there was a tie. Crazy stuff. But yeah, now we have, let's see, we have this Bullseye fight, and she was designed to hard counter Bullseye, but in my opinion, I think that she does other skill characters better. She does have a cheese though, where like, if a skill character counterattacks her, she will counterattack that counterattack. It's really weird stuff, but it's really effective. So yeah, she is really good for Bullseye. She also turns off any bleed that any skill character has, so like Bullseye cannot bleed her. And yeah, also cancels any true accuracy from skill characters and any evade from skill characters, but Bullseye, his evade is like weird, so it bypasses that for some reason. So yeah, a lot of like weird interactions with this fight, but it is pretty good overall. That was like 44 seconds, but now we have this Atuma fight in this meta that is really difficult. But now we have this Crossbones fight. This one's kind of a joke, but you know what? Why not showcase it, right? It's a really fast fight. Like, it's a rank 2 Crossbones, and like, he has Purify, but it never occurs because she just hard counters Purify. So yeah, really fun character for these type of fights. Here I dropped the SP2, and yeah, the fight's just over already, basically. Yeah, really simple Crossbones fight, no big deal. I mean, sometimes Crossbones can be like kind of annoying, but yeah, Teenage Warhead just makes him a joke, really. And now we have this Killmonger fight. This one's pretty cool. So Teenage Warhead also hard counters Killmonger. This one isn't too bad because it's just like Path 3 Alliance War, so there isn't anything super difficult here. And yeah, Killmonger, we have non-contact hits, so like the reverb doesn't exist. We have the passive, so he never gains power from like any debuff. And yeah, like, that's how you counter Killmonger with Teenage Warhead. Very easily. It is a very straightforward fight. It is really hard to mess up because, like I said, she is very practical when it comes to rotations. So this character is just really perfect for these fights, man. Like, it's really incredible stuff. So here I drop the SP2, get those incinerates going. And yeah, the DPS, whenever she is like boosted up in, you know, War, for example, it's very good. It is pretty sweet, and yeah, the fight's basically over now. Go for some light ending combos, drop the SP1, refresh the incinerates, and there we go. This one is pretty much a wrap after like one more combo. Wait, more than one combo, like 1.5. Like 1 1/5 of a combo. Not too shabby. Now we have the Alliance War Showcase. This is Magic Thief and Ex Magica. Teenage Warhead was Ex Magica, and she did a very good job at, like, you know, countering these skilled defenders. So Kate Bishop here, she cannot counterattack us because she can only counterattack stun debuffs, and Teenage Warhead has only passive. So yeah, there we go, another skill character just completely hard countered. And this also hard counters it hard counters Node 7, not Node 7, Path 7, sorry. Path 7 being like the one where whenever an opponent purifies, they gain like some, what is it, it's like some reverb. But yeah, if the opponent never purifies, that never happens, and Teenage Warhead, well, she has nothing to purify, so it's like, there you go. Just simple as that. And if you see some like random cuts, it's because my dad was like spam messaging me throughout this fight, so I have to, like, you know, cut that out a bit, but you know, it's fine. Like there, you just kind of miss that, but it's okay. But yeah, this one's over essentially. The indestructible did trigger, but like one parry just gets rid of it. And yeah, there we go. A very clean fight, just like hard counters Path 7. And now we have this Kingpin fight. Same node, I'm pretty sure. But here's the thing, Kingpin cannot purify against Teenage Warhead because, you know, Teenage Warhead, she has nothing to purify. So here I kind of go for an interesting approach. I don't go for the heavy attack immediately for some reason. I probably should do that, but I just didn't. So that's interesting. So I probably should do it soon, at least, like before the SP2, I hope. Still not doing it. That's fun. I don't know why I'm not doing it, but it's okay. Because here at the SP2, here I drop it for sure, right? Yes, I do. And then I drop the SP2, and now it's time to just go crazy. And yeah, a nice crit there. Like, Teenage Warhead, she is an Incinerate DPS, but if she crits, then they're like pretty big crits, to be honest. Like, her base attack is really high, her crit damage also very high. So like, her DPS, it's really not that bad. Except like versus non-skill characters, it's not bad in those matchups, it's just like fair. It's just like a fair, like, you know, a fair DPS. But yeah, this one's over, not too shabby, very, very solid fight. And now we have this Gauntlet Corg fight. So I showcased this fight in like the introduction to my rank 3s, but that was like a long time ago, so I'm just gonna show it again because it's a really, really solid fight. So like I said, Teenage Warhead turns off any evade from skill characters, and that includes evade from nodes. So like this Mixmaster Korg right here, yeah, he can't do anything, he can't evade, and then like, you know, she turns off any Korg related abilities, so it's like, yeah, it's pretty much a nothing fight. It's just a Korg that can't really activate any of his abilities, because yeah, she just turns them off, including the evade from the node. So it's like, dang man, this character just is the perfect counter for this fight. It's really, really awesome stuff. And it's crazy how like Mixmaster Korg, or like, you know, this Gauntlet Corg, is supposed to be like one of the toughest fights in the game, but she just counters everything about it. It's so dang cool, man. Like, that's why I like this character, because I think utility characters are great, and when it comes to countering the skill class, I don't think anyone does it better than her, because like, she was designed to do this, and she's obviously like doing a really good job at it. So it's like, yeah, I'm a fan of this character for sure. So yeah, here we drop the SP1, and like Flux Dispersal is getting like kind of out of hand here, but here's the thing, it doesn't counter incinerate damage or like any DOT damage, so like we don't have to just like get rid of the charges. We do it here anyway just cause, but like the incinerates are still ticking for normal damage. So yeah, it is what it is, man. Here we go back in, drop the relic, drop a heavy attack now, and this one's pretty much over. And it was like, what, a minute and 40 something seconds, or we're about to find out, but let's see. Yeah, it was 1 minute and 43 seconds for a massive Korg like that. Not too shabby in the slightest. Now here's the cool part about Teenage Warhead. Some nodes overlap with what she's like supposed to counter. For example, Tenacity here. This is like a general node, right? But Teenage Warhead, cause she counters skill characters who purify, she also counters this Tenacity node. So yeah, it's really helpful to just have this mechanic where she just has passive parries all the time. It's like a Wags pre-fight, but just like during every single fight. It's really cool stuff. So yeah, here I dropped the SP2, and this one is pretty much over. So yeah, not too shabby at all. A very fun fight. And yeah, it's taking a bit longer than I thought, but it's okay. Yeah, there we go, like 30 something seconds. We're chilling. Now we have this Angela fight, and another example of like indirectly countering something. So Angela actually reduces the duration of like any DOT debuffs per buff on her, right? But with these passives, we bypass that. So it's like, alright, she can, you know, bypass Angela stuff. That's pretty sweet. So yeah, like she indirectly counters a good chunk of abilities for sure, and it's really nice how, like, you know, she was meant for skill characters, but some of these other tricks are good for not only skill characters but for like other characters across like other classes. It's pretty sweet, and you know, I think she has quite a lot of value for that reason. So I'm a fan of this champion. I said it before, I'll say it again, she's just pretty dang good, man. And here's the cool part, mine isn't even awakened yet, so like I'm missing out on some stuff apparently. Like when I read the awakened ability, I was like, is it really that necessary? And apparently it is, but I don't really see why, but sure. You know, sure. But now we have this ebb and flow knockdown node. Another example of her just countering something indirectly, because ebb and flow knockdown, whenever it goes back off a cooldown, it actually purifies all debuffs. And Teenage Warhead, you can guess it, has no debuffs. So yeah, there we go. Another node just like countered by her. It's really cool. And like, yeah, her utility is just broken, to be honest. It's just really powerful stuff. So here we go for a heavy attack, I'm pretty sure. We go for like the heavy attack into the SP1. Very nice combo to do because yeah, it like gives you a nice damage bump because of the incinerate vulnerability. And this one's almost a wrap. It's a pretty fast fight because of the extra fury from the ebb and flow knockdown node. And yeah, man, just simple as that. Very good at just countering these type of nodes. And that was like, what, under a minute? Yeah, not too shabby at all. Now we have this Killmonger boss. This one's a nice one. It's pretty straightforward. This is power shield, so she'll go crazy with this because yeah, the SP2 applies 16 incinerates, and that will get plus 400 attack rating. Not 400% attack rating. If it was just 400, that'd be like nothing. But yeah, it's pretty huge here at least. And yeah, we go back in, just drop our combo, and we get like some incinerates going. Of course, these incinerates like by themselves aren't too powerful, but like once they stack up to like 40, it's wild stuff. So yeah, check this out. We're gonna drop the SP2 in a second here after his SP1, and this damage is gonna be kind of nutty. So yeah, a nice 48,000 crit, and then yeah, the incinerates are ticking big time now, and this one's gonna be over pretty fast. We go back in, drop the SP1, I believe. Yeah, drop it here, and the incinerates are ticking for like, what is that, over 10,000 damage? I think it is. So it's nutty. It's really nutty, and this boss is going down fast now, and it's a wrap. There we go. That was like, what, like 50 seconds. Pretty sweet. So yeah, Teenage Warhead. I'm a fan of this champion, obviously. That's why I took her to rank 3. This is just like an introduction video, not a full showcase by any means. I'm excited though to like do the full showcase with this character, because there is a lot to explore with this champion. She seems like really like one-sided, right? Like just like, you know, countering skill characters, that's it. But you can like expand beyond that with this champion, and it's really cool. So let me know your thoughts on the Teenage Warhead, and yeah, that's about it for me.